expert. Who's that guy in that orange shirt? Who must be the fence expert? It's almost time to talk about the fences. It's time to discuss operations and expenses. It's time, it's really time to elevate small businesses. It's time for Joe to drop his knowledge. It's relentless. This rhyme of mine is getting a bit ridiculous. So here we go. We're live with Joe and Gun Show.
YouTube's hard. What is up, everybody? Joe Everest, the fence expert, coming to you live from Pickets and Pit Stops, the kickoff party to FenceTech 2026 here in Indianapolis. Guys, it's been a heck of a week, and it's Tuesday.
Yeah, it's been crazy.
I mean, we're literally, I guess, technically, 2 days into this. So yesterday started off with some special courses, right? Yeah. So we had Leadership Academy, the AFA Leadership Academy, and then we had a few. Tony had some sessions. I think Sean King had a few sessions yesterday,
and Robert Whitaker,
yep. And Sean, they co-hosted the Leadership Academy. Then after that, we had the meet and greet. The three of us put together a little meet and greet, which I think, not to toot our own horns, but beep beep.
Yeah.
That thing was a success. It was. Well, I mean, 200 plus people?
Yeah.
Right. 200 wristbands got given out, and then they kept letting people in.
Yeah.
So, well, I mean, I think we should pause here and thank the people that made that possible.
Yeah. So we had 6 different sponsors for the show. So we have FenceTech, which they're in booth 811, My Salesman, booth 1613, Stain Trek, booth 2715, EC Fence Systems, booth 144, and then we had Hearth or Hearth, depending on where you are in the country and how you pronounce it.
It's Hearth, yeah.
Hearth, yeah.
They're 2615, and then Fence GPT, and he'll be hanging out in the park pretty close to us, so he'll be around the AFA booth. So shout out to all you guys. We appreciate you guys for sponsoring the event.
Great event. Met over 200 people.
Tom's Watch House, great staff.
Oh, man.
Shout out to them in Indy.
Oh, man.
They crushed it. They took care of us.
Yeah.
And I think the crowd was great. Lots of conversation. It
If
was
anybody's
fun.
looking for a lunch spot, that's it. Come see us. So we've got some discount cards.
Yeah.
Some I think they're like $5 off coupons. Great venue. Great venue. Something we're going to do again. We're already excited about next year. Tom's Watch Bar has locations in Phoenix, which is FenceTech 2027. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. So this morning started the education track here at FenceTech. Over 72 courses or something like that.
Yeah.
A ton of education going on, which was all day. Like it was every hour and a half.
Hour,
yeah. So that you had somebody, just absolutely spitting knowledge. And topics ranging from profitability, AI is a big conversation right now. Matt Warner gave a talk, really about people over profits, that sort of thing. And what a day!
Yeah, the education was packed. That main hallway was shoulder to shoulder in between sessions.
All the way down.
Yes,
I mean,
it's
and this
huge.
is a long hallway,
Yes.
and it's in between sessions. It is shoulder to shoulder only through there. Heck of a deal. Now, this is the first year, maybe they did it before, but this is the first year that they had kind of that lunchroom area, too. That was part of one of the packages. Sandwiches, finger food, sandwiches, wraps, and all that. And I tell you what, pretty good.
It was good.
Pretty good.
It was.
So, and the crazy thing is, like I said, FenceTech, so technically FenceTech 2026 has kicked off the education. Show floor coming together. I walked it briefly Sunday, which is it was kind of eerie to see FenceTech empty, or the show floor empty-ish. There's some stuff set up. Today we walked it again, a lot more getting done. I would bet by, tomorrow morning probably that thing's just about all the way done.
Yeah, it is a mad scramble. But the floor is just huge. It's huge. I thought that they did that truck tools and trailer section.
Yep.
I didn't know there was another section behind that big.
It goes back.
I didn't even see that. That's where Tangent, Shane Ward is.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable.
Well, so they sold out the show floor. Yeah. They had one layout, and then that whole area. If you guys are at FenceTech and you come see us, the whole area behind us, or if you're watching live tomorrow, you'll see it in the background. They opened all of that up, sold all that out. So there's a ton of show floor. I don't know what the actual measurements are, but that place is massive.
Yeah.
The place is huge. I mean, it feels like one of the biggest show floors I've seen.
We're throwing out 99,000 square feet. Right?
So,
I'm pretty sure.
No, it's way more
here's
than that.
How many? Square feet.
260, I believe.
Square feet for the show floor. Okay, plus all the
plus all the rest.
And here's one thing I'll say. So 99,000 square foot, but that doesn't count the walkways, the common areas, and everything. That is literally the show space.
Yeah.
Booth space.
Yeah.
So, different numbers get thrown around a lot, but it's one of the biggest ones I've been on. And me personally, I've been on a lot of show floors.
Yeah.
Whether it's FenceTech or whether it's elsewhere, I've been on a lot of Fence show floors. And this it feels like the biggest one I've been on.
Yes, it's huge.
Well, and I'll say, so when we did our video here, we asked them, and they said it was around 260. When you include the actual space that's there,
The walkways and things.
walkways.
That's wild.
So that feels better. Like 250,000 square foot feels right. And so they're probably not taking into account the whole park and that park area, the AFA booth. Which shout out to AFA for really getting that right. That whole park set up, tons of seating, tons of food, they're making sure when you're on the show floor, you don't need to leave.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Which
You don't want to leave.
I
don't leave.
If you've been to FenceTech for a while, that hasn't always been the case. As far as seating or food is concerned, they've gotten that really right.
Yeah.
The park's a great place.
The one thing that I want to talk about, I just briefly walked the floor. This year, it's like the year of the drivers, and it's not just like a small handheld. There are some units on that show floor.
Yep,
units.
Absolutely. These things, they're huge. I don't want to shout out one brand over another. I'm just saying the one I walked by with this right there is Log Cabins equipment. That thing, it looks like it's capable of driving just piles, pilings.
Yeah.
Thing's huge.
I know Rhino has some. The T-Rex machines are out there.
Yep.
The attachment one. So every price point, I should say, from handheld gas pounders all the way up to big self-propelled units, tracked units, and it's all on the show floor.
Everything in between. I mean, it seemed like there was pneumatics. You've got all the different options out there.
Correct.
Guys, one of the things I'm most excited for is that area kind of behind us, which is the tools, trucks, and trailers.
Yep.
I think that's going to be one of the biggest growth opportunities for FenceTech.
Yes.
I mean, I can't tell you how excited I am to watch that whole area just absolutely explode. Yep. Because, I mean, think of the fencing industry in general, how much equipment we buy, how many, tools we buy.
The hand tools.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, absolutely. From brands that everyone knows, that typically aren't there. So
and now they're showing up.
One of them is. One of them's going to be there.
A birdie has told me next year the other one will be there.
Okay.
Already committed.
There we go.
So this is getting good.
Well, and hey, let's put a – I want to talk about this later. Let's not jump too far ahead, but they're already pre-selling – FenceTech Phoenix.
Yeah.
Like, how crazy is that? That we just started FenceTech Indy, and FenceTech Phoenix is already starting to fill up.
That's why I always use the hashtag the hype is real. Because you don't freaking understand until you get your butt here, and the energy is wild. Because we're tired. I think I can speak for all three of us. We're tired, and it's only Tuesday at 6:30.
That's right.
Dude, the show floor hasn't even started. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, my voice is already getting kind of tough, and it's and we haven't really launched into it. Mm-hmm. We're talking about that hallway for the education. When everyone's out there, I mean, it's a buzz.
Yes,
right? Talking about energy. Yes. There's so much energy flowing through that, and there's still a tremendous amount of fence professionals that haven't even shown up.
Yeah.
Right. That will start coming in tonight. That will start coming in tomorrow, maybe. And it's unreal. I mean, I can't imagine how many people are going to be on that show floor.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'll say this, too, because we popped in several of the education classes just to kind of see the vibe and what was going on. And literally everyone was close to, I mean, you barely had seats.
Yes.
So it was kind of, it was crazy to see. And I don't know how many seats they put in there, but it seemed like quite a bit.
They're big rooms.
They are.
Well, for Matt Warner's, there's folks standing in the back. Like, all of the seats are taken up. I was talking to Tony Thornton about his, so he had made printed out workbooks kind of to provide additional value. Printed up 60 of them, gave them away.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's unreal just the amount of people that are, really interested in learning, really devoted to growing their businesses through, ongoing education. And, I mean, shout out to the AFA for making that education available.
Yeah.
There's 70-plus educational courses.
Yes.
I mean, that's got to be a record.
The thing is, now the instructor's going above and beyond.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's a lot of time to prep for this.
Absolutely.
And then they go in, like stuff what Tony does, which he's done this for decades and has poured back into the fence community for decades. But I think that's awesome. I think it's a lot of your own time in the prep and the get over there. But, man, I love what they're doing, and Nick Reich is doing something right?
Oh, absolutely.
Holy shit.
I mean, talk about running a tight ship. I mean, imagine keeping that many courses on the tracks, on time, on schedule, the whole thing. Matt said something earlier in his talk about servant leadership, leading by serving others. That's exactly what these instructors are doing.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not just the time that they spend actually running the class, it's putting the slides together. It's making sure they're bringing the maximum amount of content to anyone who wants to learn. You want to talk about servant leaders, I mean, that's one of the areas for sure.
Well, I will say, too, one of the cool things that I like that the AFA does, so whenever you go up to the classroom, right, and you see the list of the schedule on each one, I like how, I think it was red, which I'm colorblind, but I'm pretty sure it was red.
Pink. Could have been green.
Could have been any of those. But it would tell you, like, this is under the business track. So you can literally go through the app and stuff and say, what track do I want to take? Sales track, business track, like
install
all there. Install.
Well, so if this was your first FenceTech, you could look at the whole education track and know, hey, this is at least where I start. Yes. Now, you can mix and match. There's nothing saying, like, once you get on one track, you've got to follow it through. But it's a great roadmap to say, hey, listen, if this is the professional track you're on, you're going to want to hit these, these speakers. Mm-hmm. But then also, I mean, there's just, like I said, 70-plus courses. I mean, it's just a tremendous amount of knowledge, being provided in one place.
Did you see the GATE Automated Design School or whatever what was got going on?
GATS,
Did you see that class?
No, I haven't.
Yeah,
Was it huge?
I went down there. It was It was massive.
Massive, no empty seats.
Wow.
Massive.
That's incredible.
Joe, it was like a college course.
Well,
it was huge.
We were talking about.
It did have that vibe.
It was huge. The whole 9 yards, we
were talking about Leadership Academy that happened on Monday, which was yesterday, which is kind of strange to think about. Seems like it was about a week ago. But so when I interviewed Sean about the Leadership Academy, they were thinking, there's about 10, 12 people signed up. They were about at capacity. They were at 20. So they filled it up. They opened up more slots. Those got filled up.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the level at which our industry is valuing education.
Yes.
Growth through education. It's a great partnership, right? AFA making it available, but also our industry professionals valuing it in such a way that you make the time commitment to be here, to go through the education before, the show floor even opens.
Yeah. It's been crazy.
Yes.
And everybody knows I've been promoting like crazy because it's my hometown.
Sure. Yeah.
So I wanted this thing to be huge, and so far I haven't been disappointed.
This has been a great experience. Yeah. I mean, everywhere from – we've talked about it before about it, like everything being connected. Like I think you could get to like 18 different places without stepping outside. Yeah. Pretty nice, especially when we're looking out. There's some snow on the ground. It's been colder, but it's been warmer, right? So it's kind of right in the middle. Don't have to go outside if you don't want to.
Yeah.
Right. Huge selling point of the city. The city's really well laid out. Everything's right around the convention center. It really feels a lot like Salt Lake City in that everything's within a couple blocks.
Right. Yep. Once you get here, you really don't need a vehicle. Just get here. Yeah.
We just Ubered from the airport.
Yeah.
We didn't even get a rental.
Yep.
Just because we knew, looking at a map, everything's right here.
Yeah. Well, and on top of that, if you guys have seen me look over here, they've got these massive, what do you even,
charter buses.
They're charter buses, yeah.
I don't know. We've seen at least 6.
Half a dozen at least.
And the people are pouring in. So at the pre-party here, Picket and Pit Stops, free food, the golfing, back nine.
Which, guys, this is kind of turned into a who's who of the fencing industry, in itself. We've got the one and the only Ken Throckmorton sitting right here.
We should bring him on.
You guys might not know him as Ken Throckmorton. You might know him as Ken's Meats.
Or Kenny T.
Ken T, yep. We should be so honored as to be in Ken's presence. It's
the president.
The president. The president. I think later on there's like a photo opportunity and probably some signatures involved.
Yeah.
What a guy making himself available like this just to the community. Talk about servant leaders.
Yes.
And let me tell you how much he loves being talked about.
He's such a big deal. He took up 2 parking spots in the parking ramp.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
That's right. Not everyone brings a flatbed dually in a downtown parking lot, but hey, Ken does.
Here's the thing. We're going to need to stay live for a while because I feel like this is now our safety net. He won't do anything too mean to us while we're live, so we'll just need to go live for the duration until he leaves.
I did want to say something to some of the comments here.
Okay.
Josh Glover did say he wishes that he had a beard.
Well, listen, not everybody can be that cool, Josh.
Yeah.
Josh, where are you, by the way?
Yeah.
How are you not here? Why are you commenting and you're not here at the pre-party?
Because it's warm. These heaters are running.
You know what? It's great in here.
It does feel good.
So we're walking around outside. It's warm out there, too, which is, it's all of 20-something degrees outside, and it's great out there.
Yeah,
I know.
It's really
Everyone
nice.
keeps talking about the cold, but I'm
it's
cooking.
not bad. It's not.
Yeah. And
it's not.
They talk about it being dry here, right? So it's a dry heat or it's a dry cold. It really does make a difference.
Yeah.
It was in the 20s, and I really didn't feel like it was that bad.
Yeah.
Please ignore her. That's my mother.
Oh, it's Mama there.
She's the type that walks in and doesn't realize.
Doesn't even mind that the line's
Sarah,
here.
take over, Sarah. Take her out.
If you got to tackle.
Security. Talk about wandering around here. Well, so we're at the back nine.
Yep.
So it's a golfing experience, right? Tons of people. I don't know how many people are here. Several hundred, I'd say. We're at the second floor. The first floor is full. The second floor is full. I keep seeing people go up to the third floor. I can't imagine how many people are here. There's so much to do.
There is.
My favorite thing so far has been the room that has the helmets in it.
Yep, that's cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
So Nashville was the guitars.
Yep.
Last year in Salt Lake was the snowboards. This year here in Indy, it's the helmets.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think they turned out great.
It's another thing that the AFA knocked out of the park.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Getting something like that themed every year for the city it is. And, so that's awesome.
And it's kind of fun to guess, or at least try to guess at what the next year is going to be. So Phoenix is like, man, I don't know. Like, is it a cactus or is it?
I don't
know.
I don't know what's Phoenix known for. Cactuses and rattlesnakes.
Well, oh man, I forget what we were. I just found out what it was the other day. Now
Oh my God!
You did?
I did find
You
out.
forgot.
Oh, somebody
It had
told.
something to. I forget.
Maybe we'll have to talk about it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, those of you watching at home, why don't you put your guesses in the chat? Why don't you put the guesses in the chat?
Oh, that's right. I remember now.
That's what
Someone
I'll say.
told me that a while ago.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have a feeling
okay.
somebody's going to be upset that information's out because I don't think they're really. I think that's like a mid-year meeting, like reveal sort
I
of
think
thing. but-
Ken
Working on
leaked
your
that on my
golf swing?
podcast actually a couple months ago.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
He did it. You know how I'm audio only, so he did that motion. I'm like, oh, it's a
Okay.
baseball bat. He's like, I was like, never mind.
Oh, see, I didn't say that. I said golf swing.
Oh, okay.
Back nine. Oh, what were you thinking? Dan said it. Remember that.
Well, you heard it here third, folks. But yeah, so here at Back Nines, it's a great group. It literally is. I mean, we're giving Ken a hard time, but it really is the who's who of the fencing industry. I mean,
love it.
Tony Thornton was hanging out, at the table just off screen for a while. Josh Rand's running around here. I mean, really, it is the who's who. And what's interesting, so especially what I thought was interesting last night was just the range of experience in the room.
Yeah.
Right. So you've got guys like Tony that has done it since he was a kid.
Yeah.
And I don't want to talk about Tony's age, but he's been in the industry a little while.
Right.
Everything from that down to I was talking to a couple that had started a defense company in August. Right.
Yeah.
And so now you want to talk about commitment.
Yeah.
Started a defense company a few months ago, already at FenceTech, valuing again education, experience, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
We talk about when we were all on the last episode or the last podcast together, we were talking about reasons why.
Yeah.
Right. And one of the reasons we talked about was networking, just getting yourself in the room and being available to, one, meet these people, and two, just like gain experience from being just in these types of rooms.
Right. Mm-hmm.
This is exactly what we're talking about.
Lots of energy.
Absolutely.
See those map quality fence guys.
Oh, yeah.
Man, if you don't follow them on Facebook, they are
dude.
crushing.
They are.
That's
Absolutely.
Matt Munson and
Yep.
Marty.
Yep.
Great dudes.
You see Alex Harris.
Al Harris. Where's
Absolutely.
he at?
He's hiding behind that
The meatballs?
sign.
Okay, I see him.
Yeah.
I tell you what, so, talk about an event that's really well done. I mean, one, really well laid out, tons of room for people to come in, but like the food selection looked pretty good. Also, obviously,
Yeah.
the entertainment, you've got all of these golfing bays. I mean, obviously, if you guys are watching this, you ought to be here, right?
Yep.
You should be here in person rather than watching it there on the screen, wherever you might be. But this is one of those things where, one, you got to get to FenceTech. Two, you got to get to the opening party because this is really what launches off into FenceTech itself.
That's what I was going to say. Is not only have to get to FenceTech, but you got to get here for everything that comes with it.
Yeah.
The show floor now, it feels like that's a small part of FenceTech.
Yeah.
It's a small part. You got to get in on Sunday if you want to do because Monday is a grind for education. You can. I think Robert Whitaker taught with another gentleman from 8 to 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, the leadership. That was the leadership academy. Yeah.
And then Tony went 8 to 11, and Sean, or 8 to 12, and,
and then
Sean went 1 to 5.
Yeah.
And then Tuesday kicked off the normal education, which was just packed. That's where you get the 70-some classes.
Yep.
Obviously, Monday night we had the pre-party.
There's more education tomorrow morning, I think. I mean,
Yes,
I think
it is.
keeps
It
on
is.
going. So,
Yep, it
I mean,
is.
you got like the GADS obviously goes, and there's some testing that's available. Actually, they've got 2 rounds of testing, so that for whatever reason, you got a little football in the first round. You've got your option for the second. You have all the opportunities in the world to better yourself as a professional here at FenceTech, and AFA is doing their part in just making sure it's all available. Mm-hmm. But the saying is you can't lead a horse to water, right? So. One of the things I think we all are trying to do is impress upon those at home is like, listen, if for whatever reason, if you weren't here this year, you couldn't make it, whatever the reason, you got to put next year on your calendar.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what it is. So.
And I did want to go back to, I don't want to backtrack too much, but from the networking side of things, right? So to go back to our Fence Fan meetup that we had on Monday night, I mean, the networking there, we know that some of our sponsors were able to close deals.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like
we're
in the middle of it.
that was the craziest thing.
Yeah.
One of them had said, that they had met some customer. Well, one, they met a new customer there,
Yes.
ended up converting that into a customer. But then they had recently had a few people turn into customers previously that were also there and said, "Oh, well, it's great to put a face with the name.
Yeah.
I've been talking with you guys on the phone or via email. It's so good to meet you guys in person."
Yeah.
Which again, the value is being in the room.
Yes.
Right, just being available to those introductions, being available to just like the random conversations that happen in these groups of, oh, wait, you guys use this?
Yep.
I should use. Like, what's your experience with that? Or here's a problem I'm having. Like, what have you guys seen about that? I mean, those are the conversations that matter.
Yeah.
I had that exact same thing with the drivers, big drivers. I gave someone my personal opinion, and that's a big purchase. That's a $70K purchase.
Yeah.
What way you're going to go? That's not like a $25 tool, right?
Right.
You're stuck when you get one. You get one. Like
Yes.
And I gave him my opinion on what I use and why, but man, because everything is here on the show floor this year. I'm really excited. And here's one thing I want to hit on. I think this is probably the best year yet for ag specific product materials, tools. I think this is the year. So obviously, if you're listening to this, there's still plenty of time to get there, because I think a lot of ag comes from Indiana. So this location was easy for a lot of guys to get into.
Makes sense.
Ken Cove, Log Cabin, San Antonio Steel. I don't want to start naming them.
Don't forget
Stockade, American Timber and Steel. I don't want to start naming them.
But
there was a ton of them here this year, and I love it.
Listen, you can't talk about ag without talking about Justin Neri.
And Justin, hey, the ringleader.
The ring, for better or worse. For better or worse. He was there last night.
He was.
And he's running the special interest group.
Yes.
Which, holy cow, we haven't even got to that yet.
Yeah.
Oh, I need a drink.
There's so much going on. And it really, technically it started with the education yesterday, but it hasn't even hit full speed yet.
Yes.
So tomorrow, more education. You've got the keynote, 11 a.m., and that just launches you straight into the show floor. I think they had to do the opening ceremony at noon. Does that sound right?
Correct.
Mm-hmm. And then, obviously, that launches the show floor opens. And, guys, let me tell you, we've just seen it still in setup process. We haven't even seen the finished form yet, and I was taken aback.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've been to a few of these things, and I was just kind of looking around going, golly, like this is going to be cool.
Yes.
There's so much here.
Speaking of famous people, Brad Jones,
The one and only
Mr. Homeland himself.
Guys, let me tell you about FenceTech. They even let Canadians in here.
Yeah.
They,
we used to call it the 51st state, but not anymore.
Well,
that's a whole other.
We're not getting into that conversation right now.
We're not trying to get canceled here, Brad. Get him out of here. Sarah, kick him out.
So anyway, Brad's here. But no, you know what, guys? So one of the other fun things is, we were talking about being in the rooms for networking possibilities, for just being present for conversations, but it also turns into a bit of a reunion.
Yes.
Kind of a fence fam reunion, for lack of a better term, where, I'll see Brad once or twice a year, right? And I'll see him here. It's that happens over and over and over and over. I saw Bobby Batchelor yesterday. I haven't seen him since FenceTech last year, but it's one of those, the friendships you form here just grow with you. Mm-hmm. It's something you can't. I don't even know how to describe it. It's a family.
Yes.
Right. And being in the room is kind of like being at a family reunion.
Yeah, I love it. Man, there were so many people in here.
There are so many.
The line hasn't stopped.
Brett Richardson's in here.
Right.
I've seen the Meffins Fence Company guys.
Well, those tour buses haven't started, or the charter buses, whatever, haven't stopped. One just took off. But
and the parking lot.
It's like every 2 minutes. So that was one of the other thoughts that, or one of the other conversations that had been out on the social media platforms is, this is offsite, obviously. So it's like, well, how's that going to work? I don't know how many of these. I've heard 16 of these charter buses. I don't know how many they're running, but they're running to all of the, association hotels, right? All the, I don't know what the word for that is, but all the hotels that are associated with the event. Yeah. And it's just like pouring people in here, and they're running every 2 minutes.
Yeah,
it's
constant.
So they're going to start running this way every couple minutes, and then, speak of the devil, there's another one. And then here in probably the next hour, then they'll start basically reversing it. So anybody that wants to go can go. And I don't know. It's very well run. And I'll say this, it seems like every year gets a little bit better.
Yep.
Right. So it's obviously continued improvement. It's really well done.
I do feel like they the AFA really caters to your experience here. Because now, obviously, we have the Monday morning or Monday Fence Fan Meetup. We put on, and that's some food and drink for you, us saying thank you and giving back. Tuesday is his pre-party. Really, Wednesday's your only kind of sort of free night. But I would say this year, every what do you want to say it, like area in the fence world, your ag or commercial or res, whatever, have some social hours, so there's a good chance to meet into that. And then Thursday's your big homeland. There's some other parties also.
Sure.
So, man, it's just packed.
There's so much to do.
So much going on. And then on top of obviously the education and stuff like that, and they're just some of the top tier people, like Matt Warner and the big three of the coaches are in there. It's just, you can't really beat that. It's hard to put a price tag on it.
Well, that's the thing is there's something for everyone. Right. Like that's the thing is, if you're not a social butterfly, if these events, if you're not totally comfortable with them, great news. The show floor is, you can kind of make what you want out of that. You can be a fly on the wall in the education. You don't have to be right in the middle of it, mixing it up. But boy, I tell you what, that's where the value is.
Yes. The after-hour conversations.
That's right.
Sometimes at the cigar bar.
Well, there's been a few people there the last few nights. I think. There's been some good conversations there. It's just, I was one of the guys that would fly in on Tuesday, right? Tuesday night, so I could be there Wednesday, and Wednesday, Thursday, I usually fly out Friday. I flew in Sunday, I fly out home Saturday, and that doesn't feel like enough time really to check all the boxes I want to check.
Well, and I don't know, we haven't even really talked about special interest groups too much, but so Friday, I don't know if they've done this before, but this year they're bringing them all together for like 30 to 45 minutes, which is super cool, right? Because you may have a veteran that's also a woman.
Sure.
So now she can be in both groups for 30 to 45 minutes. And then they're going to break off into their own separate thing, for another 30, 45 minutes.
Well, that's the thing. You'll see a lot of overlap. Right? Veterans that are in the ag industry or, it's just, you see a lot of overflow. So it makes sense putting them all in the same room. Now, when Ken was on, he was talking about there's also going to be like a wall of donuts.
Yes.
This I can't wait to see.
Me too.
Actually, there's going to be 2 walls of donuts. So before that, you've got, so Thursday, right, there's just a second. So they make this kind of easy for you. So we also, opening keynote Wednesday. Tuesday, well, obviously we're here. But you've got the awards bruncheon, right? So you also have, and then you've got the special interest groups breakfast or brunch or whatever you want to call it. So lots of opportunities to interact, right? Now, we also, Daniel Brown was here, and I wanted to mention him because, former president or outgoing president, whatever you want to say, of the Midwest chapter of the American Fence Association, which, I feel like everyone here in this room and everyone watching at home knows that is the premier chapter of the American Fence Association. Back-to-back winners of the chapter of the year.
Craig was saying when you're half the country, half the states in the country, it's pretty easy to be, chapter of the year. Like, I'm just saying.
We didn't make the map, okay? We didn't make the map. We just play with the rules we're given. So, so the awards brunch, if you guys want to come see the Midwest chapter win again, you're more than welcome to come. It'll be a great time. There'll be a wall of donuts. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, I did tell Daniel on the hallway, I said, we're coming for that trophy, right?
Hey, we hear that a lot.
And
we hear that a lot.
He goes, well, good luck.
Daniel Brown. Good luck, bud. He probably gave you a pat on the back and walked away.
You bet. You bet. We heard that, from the Indy chapter. We've heard that from Carolinas. We've heard that from Texas and Florida. Everyone says they're coming for us, but just don't quite get it. Just don't quite get it done.
I will say the chapters here the last couple of years, man, especially the Indy, Kentucky, have really went wild. The Northeast, the Northeast has their trade show, don't too far out here, but they have their own at Goat Island this year, Rhode Island. Yeah. I don't know what fencers and islands.
Because the Midwest family at Monkey Island has the golf tournament Monkey Island. Now we've got a Goat Island. Okay, this seems like a theme.
I didn't know goats were in Rhode Island, but I guess that's a thing.
Who knows?
Never been there, so.
We like to give each other. We like to give each other a hard time, but I think it's worth talking about the regional chapters as well. Yeah. Again, talking about an area that provides tremendous opportunity to meet. Loosely you could call them competitors, right? So, but it's also people in your backyard or in your region that want to see you succeed.
Yeah.
Right. And it's a great opportunity to meet these people and just interact, and so you know who you can lean on if you need somebody.
Which also, if you guys pay attention, you look at the schedule. If you look at your local chapter's Facebook, a lot of them are running meetings here.
Yeah.
Yes.
While we're at FenceTech. So I know our chapter's running. I'm sure you guys are probably running them too.
Yep.
So make sure you check that out. So it's a perfect time to go and check in. See what's going on. How can you get involved? How can you
get plugged in?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Go, so.
If you've ever thought about being, which chapter you're in, or if you ever thought about just tiptoeing into it, this is a great opportunity to come in, say hello, that whole thing. No one's excluded from these, right? No one's checking memberships at the door, that sort of thing. It's a great opportunity to come in and see who's involved in your area chapter.
Yeah. You know what's wild? Just looking at, there's Max with Central Fence Supply, and then the King Boys.
Nice. Yep.
Young generational guys,
yep.
Real young. Max killing it up in Minneapolis. The King Boys, what are they in Kentucky? Man, there's the future of fence there. That's wild.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of guys here that I've never really seen before. So is that the Cajun Boys back there? No, maybe not.
Well, that's what I mean by you've got a room so full of just a breadth of experience where you'll see third and fourth generation fence companies, and you also see fence companies that started in August, right? And really everything in between. The key factor, the kind of similarity between all of them is these are people that have prioritized bettering themselves and through themselves bettering their companies by just being available. I mean, listen, this is a great time. This is fun.
Yeah.
Like, let's not minimize that. Like, this is a legitimately really good time. But you can have a great time while also interacting with people that you likely would never have met before.
Yeah. I love it.
And speaking of Bobby Batchelor, there he is. Former president.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He's looking over here. Is you guys talking about me?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, absolutely. There's Bonnie right there.
I like it.
So, guys, let's talk about one thing real quick. This is a conversation that happened last night in that we are so fortunate to be in an industry that feels like a family, right? That there's other industries out there that I won't point fingers or name names, but that are not that way, right? That they don't have this sense of community that we've kind of found ourselves in, right? Like, Dan, I think you're the one that coined the term fence fam. It really encompasses exactly what this industry is, that you've got an extended family that would do anything for you. If you needed something, they'd come running. They make sure, that you're taken care of because they know that you do the same for them.
There's a lot of guys. There's Kevin, chapter president of Chicagoland. There's a lot of guys that I've leaned on all the time here.
Absolutely. Well, I needed help with something over the summer and reached out to a guy that's I've met through FenceTech, right, that I would have never met probably. Totally different part of the country, but I knew who he was. I knew what his company did, and I said, hey, it took a phone call to say, hey, this is a need. Would you mind helping me? And he's like, not only can I do that, I can also, you probably need this, this, and this. I can help you with those things as well. And again, we're so fortunate to be in an industry that looks out for each other rather than being, in an industry that could really care less.
There's one right there, Nathan Downs, I met in New Orleans.
Yeah.
In New Orleans. That's where I met him.
And that's where we met.
Yeah,
like, we had talked before, but I remember it was right outside the Airbnb.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
And again, it's a room full of people that would have never probably met otherwise, but for being in events like this and being in rooms like this.
And there's the veteran fence. Look at, they brought a whole slug of guys down, right?
Yeah, he said he was bringing quite a few.
Looks like got 6 guys with him. Holy cow.
Nice.
John Vlasic.
Yeah.
Am I saying that right?
Yep.
Vlasic, like the classic pickles?
I think it's classic.
Classic. I can't. Yeah, I can't do it.
But can you say Eubanks?
Eubanks.
Okay. Just checking.
So, what's funny? So somebody asked me last night at the meet and greet, they're like, isn't this, you guys are competitors, right? So, well, what do you mean? Well, you all do podcasts. You all do shows. Like, well, okay, like I see what you're saying, but we also work really well together.
Yeah.
Obviously. Like we all specialize kind of in different areas, and I mean there's overlap, sure, and that kind of got into the conversation of like this is a pretty good representation of the industry in that like we figured out that we're better through collaboration.
Yeah.
Right? That we're better together instead of, trying to argue amongst ourselves and whatever else. And I think that's kind of where we're at as an industry.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I will say, too, I don't want to toot our own horns either, but at our Fence Fan meetup, I think, Joe, somebody approached you, and I thought it was super cool. I just want to kind of say it because the grind of doing this, people don't understand, what goes behind this. And a lot of days we are like, we own businesses too, so we get stressed, and then we still come out here and do our best at giving content to you guys. Yeah. But what I'm getting at is somebody approached Joe and said that from listening from our podcast, that gave her the courage to start her own company.
Yeah, she had been thinking about getting into fencing, and so she'd known someone else in a different market, and she was thinking about it, but then she started researching it, found our shows, and through our shows kind of, learned about AFA University, so she ended up going to that, and then said, this is an industry that I want to be in. But that's what she said. She's like, I found AFA University through your guys' shows, and so really kind of indirectly by watching you guys gave me the confidence to take that next step that led me to, starting my own company. And that very well could be the next multi-generational company. Right? Very well could be, an AFA president somewhere down the road. It very well could be, name any one things. It was pretty neat. It was really neat.
Yeah. And that's why we do this, right? Is to get content out to people. Sure. And that's why we never miss shows, and we're always grinding and doing our best to get all this stuff so that way it helps everyone out there, and you guys can get the content as much as possible. So
absolutely. And I'll take this opportunity to ask those watching at home, like I'm sure you guys are kind of in the same boat as me, is that I really want to know what kind of content is best serves the community, right? And we'll see it in the comment section, or we'll see. I'm sure you guys get similar emails saying, "Hey, would you mind talking about this or covering that?" That really helps us determine the content we're going to produce for you guys watching at home. So keep it up, and don't think So one of the emails I'd read recently was like, "I know you're busy. I'm so sorry to bother you." And no. Like, you don't understand, like, you're helping me by creating content that you would want to see. And if you want to see this content, there's a really good chance there's a whole bunch of other people that would also like to see this content. So really, you're helping us help the industry, sort of thing.
Yeah. Or going into more depth on certain things. Yeah. Sometimes we may glaze over things. I'm bad at this, and it's not a big deal to me.
Sure.
But here's one thing: is like the whole chain link tools, materials, and the how-to. Yeah. To me, that's just second nature. That's our bread and butter. We've done it for 41 years.
Because you've done it since you're a kid.
And there's a lot of markets with trends now. That's coming more popular because it's just a better price point for customers.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. It's just stuff like that. But even on the back end, my handbook episode, everyone's asking more and more questions on that because that's, you got to set a foundation in your company, and I don't want to go down all those rabbit holes. But anyways, yes, I agree with you, Joe. I'm a rabbit hole guy. I'll go down them, man. You won't see me for a month.
Yeah, it's I'll circle back around just the fact that we're so lucky to be in an industry that cares about each other, but also that we have an association that cares about member experience, right? That cares about providing educational opportunities by creating certification opportunities to better yourself and through you to better your company. What a time to be in the industry.
Dude, I'm telling you, oh man, if I just found this 10 years earlier.
Right. Imagine.
Dude, that's why like what time FenceTech is roughly every year. You got to get and I speak and scream and preach to the young guys. You have no idea. You're going to look back when you do start doing it. Like, I wish I would have done that 10 years ago, like what I just said.
Yeah.
It's just, everyone has the same mentality around it. It's just, oh, man, this is just special. Well, they put so much work into this.
So imagine where we're going to be 10 years from now.
Holy Moses.
You got an association that's led by a board that really is pushing things forward. They're doing a great job at listening to what's being requested and answering those requests. Imagine.
All the new blood in. Coming.
Absolutely.
Not meaning the old blood's bad, but it's just the fence world keeps changing, and AFA is keeping up with it, I think. So, and it's moving fast.
And they're doing their best to stay ahead of it.
Yeah, it's not easy because it's weekly, monthly things change. It feels like install techniques back, and there's CRMs now, there's AI, there's this, there's that. It's just everything. Marketing, advertising is changing dramatically.
Oh, absolutely.
So they're giving you all the resources right here to help you be successful.
Well, and the association is so large and these events are so large that it's hard to make drastic change quickly, right? So to illustrate that point, FenceTech 2027 in Phoenix, Arizona, the planning committee has already started planning for Phoenix, right?
Yeah.
And that's happened a while ago before this one was even finished being planned. So say that to say, like, also understand that while they are listening and while they are enacting, I mean, we had the opportunity to go to mid-year meetings and kind of see behind the curtain of what goes into making these events happen.
Yeah.
There's a lot that goes into it. And so, listen, I'll be the first to say I've been frustrated in the past by thinking like, hey, like obviously we're asking for this. Why isn't it? But then you peek behind the curtain and you're like, oh, because there's a ton that goes in. You don't snap your fingers and put together an event like this.
Yeah.
But then also, this event, what is this? This is the fourth event, right? The fourth Pickets and So Oklahoma City was the first, and then Nashville, Salt Lake City, and then here we are.
Yep.
So in a matter of four years, we've gone from this is a great idea that was put together by individuals, right? So to an event that now is really come into its own. In the grand scheme of things, very quickly, but also I say that to say, like, I'll raise my hand and say I've been a person that's been frustrated in the past. Mm-hmm. I'm sure there are people that are frustrated, and I say that to say, like, now peeking behind the curtain, I understand what goes into putting something like this or the association in general. So also probably maybe asking for a little grace, right?
The other thing is, this is FenceTech. They have AFAU. They have that's a whole weekend. And all the on the road.
On the road training, that's the thing, is those are coming up right around the corner too.
I don't see a reason how you can't get connected in this industry easily anymore, because they're across.
You don't try.
Yeah.
Well,
that's how.
There's probably that. But so and that probably also illustrates like the willingness to listen and adapt, right? In that, so they heard the industry say, hey, for whatever reason I can't make it to FenceTech, for whatever reason I can't make it to AFAU. So FenceTech says, okay, or AFA says, okay, well, we're going to do our best to meet you closer to where you're at, right? We're going to put these trainings on the road. We're going to try to put it in each different region. Now, are we going to come in your backyard? We're going to get as close as we can, right? So we're going to hit the different regions to make these training opportunities possible so that you're not making as drastic of a commitment to come into a FenceTech or an AFAU. Again, I mean, kind of hats off to these guys and gals for working towards that goal of being available to everyone, however they can be available.
I love it. The crowds are just keep pouring.
That's the thing, is like this room keeps getting more and more full. Here in a little bit, you guys will start seeing them because they'll just start sitting at our table, and then we'll just bring them on, or you guys can meet them.
I'm not going to lie. I thought a couple of them were going to come over.
They've gotten a little close. Yeah. A little close. And I don't know what the capacity of this building is, but good grief, we got to be getting close to it. Because you can see through the windows. I mean, there's also people in the bays. I mean, actively participating. I mean, we're at a golfing, facility, right?
And it's 3 stories.
3 stories. Good grief.
Yeah, look at downstairs. I can see down there is packed too.
Well, and
the upstairs, I see the third.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, a ton of people that are here already. But if you're watching this at home for whatever reason, you're not here. And listen, there can be a lot of good reasons out there.
Yeah.
Look, the dates for Phoenix, I'm not going to say them because I'm not going to get it wrong, but the dates have already been announced for FenceTech 2027 in Phoenix. I don't know that we're probably not talking about too far into the future, but I'm telling you guys, you've got to start prioritizing this, right?
I agree.
Look it up. It's so the American Fence Association's website. Have you guys been on it since it's been renewed or been reworked?
Much better since it's been.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
Listen, if you can't find information on the AFA's website, you're not trying.
Yep.
Like there's even a search bar, but like the navigational tools are so easy to use on this. The information's in 4, 5, 6 different places, or if you can't seem to find it, you can click on the search bar and pull it up too.
Yeah.
Man,
really easy to navigate.
Johnny Myers Fence. So Ohio, just sitting here. Ohio's represented. That's Georgia right there.
Yep.
Missouri, Iowa.
Yep.
Indiana.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, there's a ton of Floridians. I mean, talk about some people getting some winter weather they're not used to. I was talking to some folks last night at the meet and greet that had driven up from Miami. They said it was 19 degrees when they left Miami.
Really?
Yeah.
Man.
I'll talk about some weather some people are not used to.
Yeah, someone from Jacksonville goes, our fountains were frozen. And I was like, you're not used to that, I can tell.
No.
It's like, why were your fountains on?
Yeah, they're getting winter where they're not used to having winter. Well, because they're not used to having winter. I mean, that's the thing. So, but say that to say there's people from all over the country, from all walks of life. I mean, really across, experience ranges, across age ranges, right? Yeah. And I mean, there's so many different segments of the industry and of our country represented here. And again, this is Tuesday.
Yeah.
We still, tomorrow really kind of launches into the heart of FenceTech. I mean, obviously some education, but for me, it really kind of launches in at the keynote.
Yep.
The keynote launches us right into the show floor and really springboards us into the beginning of the season. At least for me, This is kind of the starting gun of the 2026 fencing season.
Yeah.
New for this year. So we talked about special interest groups. We talked about rewards brunch, and we're trying to get through all this. But in my mind, one thing we need to talk about is the closing keynote, which is new for 2026. And if you guys missed the opening keynote last year, great news because it won't be the same dog, but you can hear the same speaker at the closing keynote, which I'm excited for because, like I said, the opening keynote launches me into it, but now I'm really ready for the closing keynote to really send it home.
Yeah. And I will say, too, well, first, let me say this before I say about the closing keynote. I did not Google this. I know these dates already offhand. But it's March 1st through 5th.
March 1st through the 5th.
So the first week of March of 2027.
For Phoenix.
Perfect time.
Yeah.
Very good.
But if you guys, Van is the closing keynote, and if you guys didn't get a chance to see him last year, there was a room full of guys, gals, everybody that, I mean, there was dust all over in the place. So
everyone's eyes were a little bit leaky that day.
But also everyone walked out with their chest pumped up a little bit more and, felt really good about themselves. So,
Yeah, that's how. So Bobby Batchelor, I overheard him say, everyone walked out of there just about a half-inch taller.
Yeah,
right. Like you said, with their chest just a little bit more full, just so ready to go, so full of pride, just ready not only for the industry but for our country as a whole. I can't imagine what the closing keynote's going to be.
Yeah. It's going to be pretty awesome, and I'm excited for the opening keynote too.
Absolutely,
see his. So. Because I think you had him on the show, right?
Yeah, I had Sean on a month and a half ago maybe. And you want to talk about, again, a wickedly intelligent guy that's got a message that everybody needs to hear about leadership and really kind of coming into your own as a leader.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Man, these rooms are just pouring, man.
They really are.
Just pouring guys in here.
It's been...
They just keep coming up
here comes
stairs.
Another one. Here comes another charter bus.
Another charter bus. These things aren't going to stop.
It's hard to even, I know we keep on saying it, guys, and if you could see what we're seeing, and I know you can't, but it's crazy because even the stairs, they haven't stopped.
No.
I mean, it's up and up, and my third floor has got to be packed, which, by the way, third floor, I don't know if you guys went up there, but they're doing hats again.
Okay.
So you can go up there and get a hat
station.
Yeah.
Well, it just so happens I need a hat. I forgot my FA hat at the house, so it's going to be a great opportunity.
Good thing for me and Dan, our heads are too big. We don't wear hats. So
good problem to have, I guess.
Yeah.
Except for the winter.
Yeah.
And summer.
Save some money, I guess.
I like it. Look at all these guys.
Yeah.
Guys, if you're watching at home, you got any questions, drop those in the comments below. This would be a great time for us to answer any questions you guys have. I mean, we're willing to stay on as long as you guys are watching, as long as you got questions. But also, I'm kind of excited to kind of mix and mingle with this room, to be active in this room rather than kind of watching it from afar.
Yeah, and I know we have some people in here. Jim Todd was in here, Lock and Knox. Brandon, he's a local guy here, K&M Fencing. Aaron Preston was in here. Glover, we talked. Well, Brad Jones was in here, but he was also standing here.
Brad's everywhere.
Yeah. Shane
Yarborough.
Yeah,
he's out of Memphis.
Yeah.
Yep.
Saying hello.
Sean Bensky.
Nice. Yeah, Bensky.
I like it.
Yeah. So it's crazy to see this stuff, but
this thing is it's hard to tell you guys at home. Like, we're doing our best to describe like this room as full as it is and try to describe FenceTech to you. If you haven't been to FenceTech, get to a FenceTech.
Yeah.
Like, because once you're in the room, whether it's the show floor or any one of the educational rooms, once you show up, you get it. Yeah. Right? At least for me, like once I was here, it clicked. I said, this is what I need to plug into. Yeah. This is really what I've been missing personally on, just in terms of development, that sort of thing, and just really getting plugged into the industry.
Here's one thing, probably the top 3 trending things in the fence world, in my opinion. You got the gate thing, you got this. The other thing is, marketing advertising websites. And I've already seen Benji with Clever Fox is here, Sam with .com is here, the Brand Builder Boys are here. So you're 3 of the top ones, top 5, 6, 7.
Absolutely.
From the fence world are here. So this is where you have in-person conversation. And this is my opinion, and take it for what it's worth. I like to do business with people that I meet face to face. See if it clicks, right? And a lot of these people are here. They got booths. Benji sets up appointments, and I'm sure the brand builders guys does the same thing. I'm sure Sam does the same thing. And I think there are a couple other website guys here. That's why you come here.
Absolutely.
Like, they just put it all in front of you. We talked about drivers. How many drivers are here? How many vinyl companies are here? How many donut manufacturers are here? How much wood suppliers are here? Like, there are more and more things. The black vinyl fence is bigger and bigger. I see more and more every year. They're all here. Now you can put your hands on it. Like, it's just right here.
To hit on what Dan's saying is, so at the Fence Fan Meetup, there was 2 gentlemen from Atlanta that came up. One guy, this is, I think, his first FenceTech. The other guy, first one was Nashville, so he's only a couple years in. And he literally told the guy, he's like, that's why we're here. We're here to get all that and to meet these people, learn about it now. Because it's different when you do it over Zoom and stuff like that.
Can't put your hands on it.
You can't really tell. And then, so when you see it in person, it's so much easier. And then a lot of these people are ready to close out and give you specials while you're here and discounts and stuff. So
there's been a few vendor booths that have already had displays up like that. You know, ask me about this program or that program. You know, I was just kind of cruising through today and stopped and saw the guys over at Forney Fence Supply. They've got a couple new innovations or a couple new products they're bringing to market. They saved them for FenceTech.
Nice.
Right? And I think that's a pretty common thing across, you know, a lot of these vendors is they'll save their big announcements for FenceTech. They'll release it here. So, you know, if you're at home, I mean, the nice thing about the internet is in this day and age of technology, you can still see it. You'll still be up to date on it. But to Craig, to your point, you can't touch and feel it. You can't pick it up and hold it. And you know, that was one of my things last year was a battery powered hog ring stapler. This thing's been around forever, not forever, but it's been around for quite a long time. But last year, I just happened to be walking by and went, wait a minute, picked it up. They're like, oh yeah, here, try it out. Well, that changed on how we did. I mean, how we hog ring fence. Now, like I said, have they been around? Absolutely. The pneumatic ones have been around for a while, but it took me walking by the booth that year, putting it in my hands for it to click and go, well, this is a viable option. So it's important to be here consistently because you never know, one, what new vendors are going to show up, to your point, but two, like when you're going to be in that point in your business to need whatever's being offered.
You know what? I've only been going to FenceTech since whenever New Orleans was, but I really feel like the companies that need to be here that you need to see are here. I feel like there's less and less fluff, I call it.
Sure.
You know, I just feel like, man, because every booth is like, man, like, look at that one, man. Like, every booth I feel like I could have a conversation with.
Absolutely.
And that's now some pitch to get people here, but I'm just saying, you're starting to get the biggest brands of handheld tool company here. Like, they see it. They know what's up.
Well, I mean, again, to the truck, tools, and equipment, right? Or truck, tools, and trailers is you're starting to see a lot of these new, or at least new to FenceTech vendors show up where you can see it and look at. So me and my sister were walking through earlier today, and there's an Isuzu. It's not an NPR. It's a larger version of that, and we're sitting there looking at it going, of course this is what we need. Like a delivery vehicle, this is perfect. It's got a donkey lift on the back of it. Like it checks a lot of the boxes. But now, could I have found that somewhere on the internet? I'm sure. But in this point, in this day, we were walking through and went, that's freaking cool. And I ought to stop and see it.
Did you see that bed?
Yeah, with the fork.
Yeah.
So that was my takeaway. Like it's got the channels for the forks, so you don't have
runners.
Stacks. Yeah, you don't have to have stackers.
No runners.
You can run it straight in. It's got the straps already built into it. I'm telling you, I don't know what that joker costs, but we're going to find out. We're going to find out one way or the
There's
other.
going to be a handful of trucks on display.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Well, you know, Sean King brought his, bringing his in. Actually, he's bringing like a scale model of it. I think I saw him making it on social media. I saw him making one. I mean, that's the thing is you can see these things in real time without having to go out and search for them. They're literally in a 250,000 square foot room chock full of just innovations and improvements for your business.
The other thing is like you can get it hands-on, but then you can ask the 500 questions right now.
in real time.
It's not a phone call. It's not I have to get back with you. You can touch and feel it. I walked the T-Rex machine. I walked the built machine. I was over at the Keystone. There's just the Rhino is here. Like obviously that's the biggest craze right now is driving posts and gates.
Right.
And those booths have always just keep upping their game. They're incredible. But man, I don't know, it's hard to put into words.
Yeah, now's the time. I mean, this is the year to be here. Last year was the year to be here. So, I mean, if you guys are at home, like, put it on your calendars. Like, you need to be. You owe it to yourself. You've got to get here once, and then it clicks. You get here once, and then you get it. Yep. That it's being on the show floor, seeing these things. It's being in rooms like this, surrounded by the Fence family, your professional peers. It's just being available to all of these opportunities rolled into 1 week.
Yeah,
this is it.
And obviously, I've only been to the last 3. So we started in 2018. We were hesitant to come to stuff like this.
Okay.
Change our business drastically.
Of course.
Now, with that being said, too, there's always talk about, the last 3 years, how, it's increased so much with numbers and numbers and numbers.
Yeah.
And then, it's not obviously the same people because you have the same people.
Yep. Sure.
How is there more people?
Yep.
So it's not the same. So you just keep expanding.
New blood, man.
Yeah,
right.
and then they keep expanding show floor because rumor on the streets is that they're already looking at expanding Phoenix.
Yep.
So and half of the booths that are here today haven't even had a chance to go over and talk about getting their spot for next year. So what's that tell you?
Well, and 2 of the vendors I talked to today, they were wanting more booth space and it just wasn't available.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess that's probably one takeaway here too, is if you're thinking about presenting or being at FenceTech as a vendor, now's the time, right, to have the space you need. And that's why they've already started pre-selling Phoenix, is because a lot of these vendors are saying, okay, I only got a 10 by 20 this year. I need more. I need a bigger space. And so they're kind of reserving that early to make sure they get enough space.
Yeah. Here's the thing I always say. You can say this about vendors, along with attendees. Name one time someone came here or displayed here, and they're like, I don't think we'll be back next year. Name one time, dude. I've yet to, even the hesitancy.
Yeah.
Now after this year, dude, I can't wait for the door to open and that crowd to swarm in.
Can you imagine? They're at the opening ceremony.
There's guys coming in now. Like Mark Carilla is flying in from Idaho. So Idaho is be represented too, right? Cali's going to be represented. Nevada. I'm just really excited.
Well,
North Dakota. There's a gentleman over there, Wrangler, a young man from North Dakota. We met him last night at the pre-prod or whatever, Friends Fan meetup. I should say.
Meetup. Yep.
But another young man from North Dakota that just was getting started. So I love it, man. I love it.
Which I do see a couple of questions here So Paul with FenTech, 2027's in Phoenix. And 28's in Orlando. Shane says, hope Orlando in 28 has better temperatures than now. Now, let me just address this real quick.
Which Shane was that?
Shane Yarborough.
Okay. Come on, Shane.
Okay.
Let me address this. Everyone here is wearing either a T-shirt or I literally saw a guy in shorts. Right? T-shirt or hoodies. Okay. Yeah. Now, with that said, all these hotels are connected to the convention center. So guess what? You're not going outside.
Yeah. And it's hot in them tunnels, dude.
Yes.
Oh, it is.
It's warm. The show is warm.
I was surprised by that. Yeah.
Now, I will say this. If you're a smoker, you're going to have to go outside. So you better dress warm.
Burning heaters.
So other than that, everything is inside.
Well, they weren't kidding, because they're like, you can, if you're in one of the connected hotels, you can leave your room and be on the show floor without putting on a jacket.
Yeah.
And that's real. You're not going to want to wear a jacket because, then to your point, it is hot in those tunnels.
I mean, look, Joe's in a T-shirt.
Yes.
Totally fine.
Right here. Damn, sweating.
I am.
Yep.
So,
so while we are in an area that does happen to be in the 20s right now, there's no reason to let that kind of like influence the decision. Like I've never once.
It does not. I could say the same thing about Phoenix. Well, being too hot. I'm going to go down there and be like.
So yesterday the meet and greet was at Tom's Watch Bar, which was a half mile from like the hotel convention center area.
1 block over, one city block.
Yeah. So we were over there, and then some of us made the trek from there over to a cigar bar. Hello.
Hey.
You just took the walk, right? It's not been like the roads are clear, the sidewalks are clear. Like it's just not. It's not that big of a deal.
No, it's not. Arkansas represented here.
Hello, Arkansas.
My neighbor's on there. Kyle Holt, shout out to him. J.C. Gurry's in. Mary, Scary Mary. Stop and see Mary. J.C. Gurry, we love her.
Yeah.
And Mark.
They are awesome.
went ham on their booth this year, right?
They did.
You see them. I see
I think
pictures
they
setting
went
up.
bigger.
Yeah, they went bigger.
Maybe biggest booth they've ever had, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
Why not, man? It's
Hopefully my sign made the cut.
Man, I'm telling you, if my reflective sign ain't dead center in the middle.
That reflective sign's
Hey,
nice.
let me say this too, because this is like one of the first years I actually remembered to bring my fence signs. So if anybody's watching that is going to be a FenceTech and does want a fence sign, come see me there. So we're going to be in the park there in the AFA booth. Come find me. I got a sign for you. And while they last, I brought a whole handful of them, but. Come see us there. So we talked about that before too. Is like, hey, if you're new to FenceTech or if you're new to the industry, don't hesitate also to come up and say hello.
Yep.
Right? Like, if you're new here, like we can take you around the room and introduce you to about 50 people pretty quickly.
Yeah.
That those will turn into lifelong friendships and relationships. You know,
that's a real
within
thing.
About 5,
it's a real thing.
100% is. Well,
really
Brad
is.
Jones.
Yep.
Great. Great
I met him
example.
here.
Absolutely.
Nathan Downs is another person I lean on. Matt Sharon is another one. You two I lean on. I could go on and on. Kevin with the Chicago Range Shepherd.
Speaking of Matt, he's in here.
And there's
Heyo. The Boston boys were here too.
Yeah.
And those are people we likely would have never met. I met Nathan Downs at a FenceTech. Well, he's 3 hours from me. Like, he's right down the road.
Whoa.
I met him at FenceTech. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's
All
such
good
a great guy.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, if you get the opportunity to meet Nathan Downs, you've got to do it.
Yeah.
You've got to walk up and shake his hand. You won't regret it. But no, it's somebody I met at a FenceTech that our paths likely would have never crossed, in market, right? Just because our markets are a little bit different. But now, like, I know I've got a friend in Tulsa, right? Like, if I need something, I know I've got a resource there, and he knows same thing. If he's got guys in my backyard and they need anything, then we're a resource for them.
It's kind of like that song, You Got Friends in Low Places.
Well, for sure he is. Yeah. I mean, not me, but for sure him. Yeah.
We love them.
Yeah, we do.
Peerless Fences showing out strong.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's, like I say, the opportunities here are endless.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if you come to a FenceTech and you don't take anything away from it, I don't know what to tell you. Like, that might say, that might say more about you than I guess than maybe.
Say it, Joe.
Nah, I don't want to say it, but you're going to be really hard pressed to not find value here.
I agree.
Right? Whether it be in relationships, whether it be in education, whether it be in finding a new tool or a new product offering. I mean, or just walking away with a message from the opening or closing keynote. If you don't find 5, 6, 7 golden nuggets to take home with you, you really, I don't know how you missed it.
Yeah.
It's unreal. The charter buses keep coming, and that choker is full.
My gosh.
Look at that. It is full to the back. How many of those things hold?
There's another one pulled up here. Oh, 2 of them just pulled up right behind me.
How many people do you think one of those things holds?
60, over 60. Two times, you think you're 15, 2 times 30. 60. You got to be 60.
50, 60. So we got like 100 people rolling in right here.
Dude, that's wild.
So many
There's
people
3
here.
of them here.
There's 3.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Man,
And they're all loaded.
Anyway, this place is full. Guys, if you got any questions, drop them in the comments, because I'm sure these guys are kind of in the same position. I'm ready to mix and mingle here too, and because as many years as I've been coming, as many people as I know in the industry, there's some faces here I haven't met.
Yes.
There's some people here I don't know that I'm sure I want to know, I would love to know. I'm ready to mix and mingle here as well.
There's Nick Reich, the man in the hour of education. Anything gate education or AFA,
you
email
what.
Nick. He's on the Johnny on the spot.
You want to talk about a guy that's on his game.
I told Michael Reed, when did I tell him, with some of his hires, man, the team at the AFA,
Yep.
dude, they just got the best of the best, I feel like.
They're assembling a dream team. They really are.
Big shout out to Danielle Kelly, their team.
Yeah.
They put up with us.
Which they don't deserve.
No.
They don't deserve that at all, but they do it graciously.
Man, this is wild.
So are you saying we freak out a little bit about something?
Well, you know what? We try to be easy to get along with, but sometimes maybe we're not as easy as we could be to get along with. So Nick with education, Ben Shirley with the marketing message. You've got, and now, so they've just, I don't know if they've announced it yet, so I don't really want to say too much, but so now there's somebody in charge of member experience. We were talking about that earlier about just how good they are. Well, now they've kind of keyed in on that, how important that is. So they've got someone that's in charge of that. I mean, they are assembling a dream team, and it shows.
Yes.
Right? It shows, Nick's, the putting Nick in the right place at the right time shows in the 70-plus educational seminars that are running like freaking clockwork.
Yeah.
And I haven't talked to anybody that left one of these and was like, that's all right.
Yep.
Everyone is having such a great time. We're one day in, and a lot of these folks are already saying about how much you're ready to go home and change your business. Sort of thing.
Speaking of big names, just keep pouring in. Alan Olson, at least of the Olson Boy Trio,
Olson Boys
is here. Obviously, so Wyoming is covered then, and then the My Seldman guys were here. That's Nebraska too.
Yep. I mean, you've got.
Holy cow!
What do you think?
You've got to have every state.
Do you think we cover every state?
You've got to. That's what I was just thinking about.
I'm
and we're talking
positive.
to some guys from Rhode Island earlier. There's Vermont. We were talking to some guys from Vermont last night. I mean,
Massachusetts is covered.
What about Maine?
Connecticut is. I want to say yes. Who is out of Maine? Maine Fence is a huge company. I follow them on Instagram. Very a good follow on IG. I'll tell you that. Fleet of trucks, guardrail, mounted side. Anyways, I don't go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah,
but anyways,
yeah.
I'm sure at least a representative from their company's got to be here.
You bet. I mean, it's just.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What a diverse crowd.
Yes.
And I think this also shows, in the AFA, in that, talking about a diverse crowd, if you look at the AFA board of directors, if you look at the chapter presidents, if you look at those guys, also a pretty nice spread.
Yes.
Right, in terms of experience, in terms of, experience, but also age, and also whether contractors to vendors, that sort of thing. It's a really nice mix. It really is.
One thing, and I know we want to try to wrap this up.
Sure.
But if you guys notice this, and then like my chapter's next president is a female. A lot of ladies in the fence world.
Same with the Midwest.
Dude, this could be another big. It's got to be good, right?
Yeah.
Because Matt Sheridan always says every great fence company is ran by the wife, mom, or whatever on the back end, or someone in the office, right?
100%.
Someone, because we're hyper and out of control, and they kind of tone us down.
Keep us
but
directed.
man, I just see way more than I have in the years past, and then in the leadership roles in the AFA.
Well, didn't Melanie just take over New York?
So New York, Chicago, Midwest.
So Susie Wells coming in, incoming president into the Midwest.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you guys can say you're coming for us all you want, but good luck with that. Susie's already got this thing well in hand.
Yeah.
But no, that's a great point to make.
It's a lot.
And again, highlights the importance of these special interest groups.
Yes.
Right? These things, the Women in Fence is, I mean, I'm telling you what, so last year, I was here with my sister, so last year I went to the Women's in Fence meeting. You want to talk about a room that's ready to go.
Yeah.
Holy cow. And organized. I mean, they are organized and ready to go.
I even interviewed a lady, Carrie Hughes, Forney Fence, Texas.
Yep.
We want to talk about a firecracker.
Holy
she makes
cow.
fun of the way I talk. I make fun of the way she talks.
Sure.
I think but anyways, another firecracker on that board.
Yeah.
Leading it with Rachel from My Salesman.
Yep.
Man,
absolutely.
They're just
It's
everyone
great.
in a position. I don't want to say with authority or a leadership position.
Yeah.
is just knocking it out. It's just I don't know. Grade A at every position. I really feel like the AFA is cruising on all cylinders right now.
Well, these SIGs are probably another great example of the association as a whole, the board hearing the request from the community, right? Saying, hey, we deserve to be represented, right? Yeah. And not that they haven't been represented in the past, but this is just another step in that direction of saying, hey, we recognize you. We're going to give you the floor space. We're going to give you the autonomy to create your own groups, to run your own groups, that sort of thing. I mean, again, it's listening to the request and answering them as best as they can, as fast as they can.
Yep. Justin Judy, Michigan's covered.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm pretty sure we covered all states.
We've got to.
Tennessee, Alabama, Florida.
Yep, I'm going to get a map for sure.
I love it.
Well, and there's so talking about vendors. There's some European vendors here. There's Asian vendors here. I mean, you've got attendees from all over the world.
Yeah.
Whether you're talking about if vendors, or we're talking about just member companies, that sort of thing. I mean, all over the world. So they say this is the biggest show in North America. Is there a bigger fence show anywhere else? Like, that's the thing. Like, maybe there's one in Australia. I don't know. We should look this up.
They do it big over there, but
New Zealand, maybe.
Yes, that's what they do it.
Well,
it's like a fair,
especially when we're looking at agricultural fencing.
Yes.
Like you want to talk about a massive market. Okay, so that's probably
it's
fair. That's probably fair.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying. Everything's under one roof here, and the roof is big.
It's a big roof. It's a bigger, and they keep getting bigger.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Is like every year, I remember walking into Nashville, looking around, going, "God, how are they going to fill this place up?"
Yeah,
and they did.
How are you going to fill up Indy?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Is walked into Salt Palace that mid-year, walked in that room, and went, "God, how are they going to fill this place up?" And they did. Indy, same thing. Not only did they fill it up, they found more room. They filled that room up. They were asking, like, listen, is there any other room here? Do you guys can we blow some walls out or something? Can we have it in the parking lot maybe? Yeah. It keeps getting bigger and bigger, which is probably going to become a problem at some point in terms of like we're going to have to find a different kind of class of venues or a different size class to hold all this.
Yeah. What do you think, Joe? You've been going to FenceTech the longest. Where do you think it is in 5 years? What's it look like?
Man, I tell you what, I don't know, but I'm excited. So, I mean, think about one. Nick's the right guy to have in command of the education, which means education is absolutely going to be revolutionized. I mean, they're already doing recordings. They're already making the recordings available. So I could see something like that. So maybe like some virtual education where, hey, if you couldn't attend, you can still get in on the education. I could see that. I mean, obviously the show floor continuing to expand. I think the tools, trucks, and trailers watch that room, watch that section of the show floor absolutely explode. Right. Because, I mean, think about it, guys. I mean, a lot of the equipment we purchase on a regular basis that isn't inexpensive isn't really represented yet.
And because you can go down that rabbit hole. Power tools are obviously the first one that needs to be here.
Absolutely.
So you're not even scratching that surface. But here's the other thing is I use Rothenberger cutters to cut pipe.
Yeah.
That's like not enough fence guys realize what that is. Welders. I think the welding is your next biggest craze. Guys learning how to weld because that's all I hear is I had to go wait for 2 hours for a plated post to finish the job. I'm like, you whip that up in 2 minutes.
Right,
that's a 2 minute.
Right. That is
or you
quick
have them
and
stop,
easy.
right?
Yeah.
That's so then now you bring in welders. Now you're bringing in everything that is involved with that. With plated post welding, then your gate stretching tools.
Well,
maybe it's tables next, welding tables. Maybe it's specialized gate welding tables or whatever it may be. I just think that's your next big. What if there was a cantilever gate in process being made, right? Not being made, but
but in progress or something like that.
So you can see what it takes to do.
And let's talk about skid steers and equipment like that. That again are not inexpensive purchases, but. I tell you what would be an interesting number to see is like what the estimated purchasing power of this industry is on an annual basis. I bet you it'll blow somebody's socks off.
Yep.
Like the amount of millions of dollars that get spent on equipment on an annual basis has to be massive, right? Yeah. And and it's with these big brands, right? It's with the Kubotas, it's with the Ditch Witch, it's with the Bobcat.
It's with CMM routers.
For sure. But talk about CMM being one of the forward-looking or one of the forward-looking vendors where their equipment is here.
Yep.
Right?
Every show.
At every right. Yeah. Whether it's a national show or a regional show, we haven't even gotten into the regional shows yet. I mean, it's companies like that had the foresight to be at a show like this. I think that's a growth opportunity.
Yes.
Right.
So the tool side,
equipment side, like
you
that
even talk trucks,
or trailers, trucks, right? Yeah. I mean, how many millions of dollars get spent on trucks?
They're $100K a truck, right? $100K
easily.
No, I'm good. No, I'm good. No.
This show's really going to get off the rails. They start bringing us beers. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
But
thank you.
Yeah, so like the Fords, the Chevys, the Rams. I mean, obviously, everyone understands Ram is the superior, but would probably also let Fords and Chevys on the floor.
When you have to stay on the pavement, Craig, you just go with the Ram. Well, you have a Ram, right?
I have a Ram.
Yeah, last time I was with Craig, I had to jump his Ram with my Chevy.
Well, okay.
Believe it or not, I had to jump his Ram with my Chevy.
That's
Heartbeat of America.
That's slander. I mean, I don't. When you need it to work, you need a Ram. I mean, that's just the thing. I mean, listen, if you want to be showy, if you really want to, a Ford and a Chevy are fine. I mean, but when you need to buy a truck that's just built for working, the Ram's the one. And so we need to get those guys here, right?
Yes.
Isuzu. So there is an Isuzu, but it's not even in the tools, trucks, and trailers.
Exactly.
Like, that's so. honestly, they probably got into it really early because they're towards the front, which means they got one of their premier spaces, so they probably locked in on that. I mean, probably last year, if not early this year.
What is I don't want to pronounce it wrong. I think it's Randy Marion. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
What's he bringing?
It's the Ford Commercial Series.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It's trucks, probably 250s, 350s, maybe four.
Okay.
Probably
Like
upfitted.
Yeah.
That's what customized. Yeah.
It's a commercial dealer, I believe, here.
Okay.
In this area.
Makes sense. Well, I think that's a massive growth opportunity. And it's one of those things that, like, once you hear it, once you see it, you're like,
right?
Of course.
Yes,
like, how has that not been a thing? That should have been a thing 5-10 years ago.
Yeah.
But again, I think that, you're asking 5 years from now. I think that's a tremendous opportunity. I think you'll see virtual learning for folks that can't get here but do value education. I think you'll see the show floor expanded significantly to include all these things. I mean, hand tools. I mean, can you imagine, again, millions of dollars get spent on hand tools. I'm not saying our guys are prone to dropping them or losing them, but it's been known to happen. Yeah. I think there's a huge potential. I mean, technology, forget about it. I mean, that's the
other thing.
I mean, it was just not a few years ago that AI wasn't really a conversation, and now there was I think there were 6, 7, 8 classes or educational seminars on AI alone, just all the different ways you can apply it. I mean, you're going to see software. I mean, CRMs, started showing up probably 4 or 5 years ago, maybe. Yep. Now they are a massive piece of the puzzle.
Now there's fence-specific CRMs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which never would have been thought of.
Nope.
Yeah. You had to use what you had and maybe 2 or 3 or 4 of them and
kind of Frankenstein together.
Yeah, Frankenstein it.
Absolutely.
Which made it a nightmare, but
now you're getting to purpose built.
Yes.
Right. So, I mean, I think technology is obviously going to be a big part of it. It's going to play a big role. It's going to be another growth potential for not only the industry but for FenceTech in general. I think you're going to see these regional shows explode.
I do.
Oh, yeah. I mean, talk about West Coast Fence Show out in Reno, an incredible show. The Northeast chapter, it alternates years, right?
Yep. So I went the year before last, expected 300, got 9.
Is that right? These shows are unreal.
Like it blew it. Like it was not. It blew it out of the water. Now they're expecting 1,000.
Of course.
At Goat Island, because I don't know. It's just I think part of that's that new wave is here, newer, younger, and some of them older guys now get it, I think. So,
and it's probably people that have been to a FenceTech that understand the value that says if it's getting in even closer to me, if it's coming to my backyard, then I want to be there and I want to participate. Well, I mean, West Coast Fence Show isn't in my backyard. I mean, it's nowhere close to Missouri, but I tell you what, next time it comes around, I'm going to be there.
Beautiful facility too there.
Great facility.
Man, they do it right. Both of them do it right. The West and the East Coast, basically. Yeah, they do it right.
I think that's a massive growth potential. I think next 5 years you see these regional shows really blow up because, again, it's another great opportunity to get in on education, to get in on meeting with vendors, seeing new products, that sort of thing. And some of those regional shows, you get into more vendors that aren't at the national show, right? So they're more regional specific. So
that's what's good because your West Coast builds fence completely different than the East Coast,
right?
Which is the whole nother ball of wax. So it makes sense. It does.
You see some vendors and suppliers that specialize in that region.
Yes,
right.
Yep.
So which wouldn't make sense for them to be here at FenceTech because they specialize in only one region. But you get into regional shows, that's where you really meet the manufacturers, suppliers, whatever that are in your backyard, that are specializing in taking care of you and your business.
I love it.
I will say this too. I think that one thing that the AFA has done a great job at is thinking this process through before just throwing it out there.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like they're not just seeing what sticks to the wall and all right, we'll just try to throw this at everybody real quick. No, it's thought out and then it's been successful.
Right.
I mean, the biggest 3 shows have been the last 3 years.
Well, and I think that speaks to the fact that not everything happens overnight at the snap of a finger, right? So there are committees that are formed to make sure, 1, it's a viable idea, and 2, that it's done in the right way, right? To maximize value, to make sure everyone gets the best experience possible, and sometimes that takes time.
Yes, it does. It does. And I don't know. There's a lot of back-end work that you never guess.
Sure.
I know those guys were on Zoom calls every day, I think, the last week. Every day they were on fine-tuning stuff.
Well, like I said, they're already planning for next year's FenceTech. Like that planning committee is well underway for FenceTech 2027. And that was done, months ago and before 2026 was even here. So Like, that's the amount of foresight and planning that goes into holding an event like this to maximize the value, to maximize the member experience that you talked about earlier. It's done really well.
Yeah.
It shows the amount of legwork that goes into this, the amount of servant leaders. But, I mean, because the board, whether we're talking about the national, the regional boards, whatever, those are volunteer positions.
Yes.
The committee positions are volunteer positions, to where these are guys and gals giving their time to make sure that they're getting what they want, obviously, but also maximizing the value that these members get for their membership dollars, whether it be, again, through the regional, the regional chapters or the national chapters, that sort of thing.
So we did have one question that I think that we can hit on here, that coming in from online from Jeff. Basically what Jeff's saying here is that, the AFA recently has made, an effort to push, and show more being vocal online and, push, different things out in a sort of lead by example type thing. So he wants to know, what are our thoughts on, what attests to their recent recommitment and push towards, being seen more?
I think it's just a spark is in the industry now. I think it's some of it's young blood. I think if it's new blood, I think it's social media has connected people, whether it's podcast, YouTube, or Facebook.
Yeah.
I think all that coming together at the same time, believe it or not, that's what, in my opinion, that's what it is. I don't know. Like, I've just got on kind of social media, and what was New Orleans 2021? 2021, and didn't realize there's a whole other world in the fence world. Like,
Absolutely.
I only knew this much. Now it's huge. And now, I'd like to think that I did my part. I got involved as much as I can and did my part to put this industry. Same way with both of you and others in the past. Yeah. The Olsen boat, everyone has done to push the fence industry. Sean King to carry it, Tony Thornton, Nathan Downs with his podcast. Everyone has done that. I just think it's a hit at the same time.
Yeah.
And I think social media has brought it together. I think the AFA has seen that, because I think they have really opened their eyes to what is, because I didn't know the AFA before that, so I can't speak to it.
Sure.
But now I think they just, and then on top of what we talked about before, they just get the right people in the right spots. And I think sometimes it takes time, whatever it may be.
Yeah, and it's them listening and responding, right? So I think one of the messages that was received was, we need to receive information how we receive information. Right now, whether that be written word in maybe like the fence post, or whether that be an email, or whether that be, they're making sure everyone has all the information available to them how they prefer to receive information, right? So that obviously the AFA has made a concerted effort to get it out through social media, through the three of us, and through other channels. I mean, their own YouTube channel, that sort of thing, or also with fence posts, also with emails, also with the website. Also, I mean, they're doing their best to make sure everyone has all the information and getting them that information in the best way possible.
Yeah.
Does that even answer the question? I don't even know.
No, that's exactly right. The world has changed, and it's
evolving.
I consumed it through Instagram. I was, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Facebook's obviously bigger, but that's where. Well, you see where they're pushing it through there. And, who looks for commercials on TV anymore? No, it's it's YouTube, right? It's just
And I think people, obviously consume information multiple ways, right? So I still read fence posts, or fence news, or anything like that. I mean, I can, when the fence post hits my desk, I sit there and I just devote about an hour to going through and reading the message and reading. I mean, I flip through and look at the advertisements, like see who's in there, who's current, and what they're offering, that sort of thing. But obviously, I pay attention to social media too. So I think that's them recognizing that people receive information in different ways at different times.
Yeah.
Just times are changing, and I'm sure it'll change. And this time next year, it'll be something different.
It'll be wildly different.
Because you have to think ChatGPT is going to bring out something, right?
Sure.
Like, is it going to alert you every day of something that, I don't know, does it scan the fence industry? Like, hey, this new tool is, it's something, it'll be, we won't guess it.
It'll be a whole host of things, right? And I think, again, just to bring this back around, I think the AFA has done a great job of listening up to date, so I can't imagine that's going to get worse. I think that's going to continue to get better as this evolves. I mean, listen, they've done a great job of just asking us, like, hey, what do you guys see? What are you guys hearing that maybe people don't feel comfortable bringing to us, but they feel comfortable bringing to you? Like, what's the message? What aren't we hearing that we should hear?
Back to the leaders again. Reed is always talking, asking, right? Throckmorton now, another great president. All of the presidents have been great.
Absolutely.
But I just think, man, I think they're hitting stride at the right time. And I don't think that's a 1 month thing. It's been 4 years in the making.
Well, listen, I mean, yes, absolutely. Michael Reed has been great to work with, but I tell you, I mean, Tony Thornton, I loved getting to know Tony.
Yeah.
And Tony had foresight in this as well, saying, guys, we got to prioritize these things. And he passed the torch to Michael. Michael, I tell you what, absolutely picked that thing up and ran with it.
Yeah, he did.
You want, and when I say the AFA is asking us what we're hearing, for me, that's Michael. He and I talk pretty regularly, and he says, hey, what are we not getting right? What could we do better? What message are we not hearing? Because, I mean, sometimes people aren't comfortable relaying that message directly, right? So what are you guys hearing that we're not hearing? How can we be better? That conversation, he and I and Ken had that conversation last night, is like, how can we be better? And I tell you what, I love being in an association that asks that specific question.
Yes.
Yeah.
How can we be better? How can we do better for our members?
Yeah. No, I think it's been great. And by the way, DJ Robert Evers is here saying, the Fence Crew online, hope you guys are having a good time. We are, Robert. Wish that you were here, man. It's a great time.
Absolutely.
So,
some more Wisconsin's covered. The Olsen boys from Madison Fence Company, the best logo in the country for the fence world, and signs. I haven't given it to them. They're here. Matt Lowry, Texas is covered. Lowry's Fence, a guy he's a silent killer, right?
Dude,
he's a silent killer, bro.
If you guys don't know Lowry, you guys got to meet him. He's so, I want to say the kid because he's a little younger than I am, but dude, he's so smart and sharp, like
down to earth. Yes. And I think that's probably a common denominator for a lot of these guys where, silent hitters, just these silent giants in the industry that you wouldn't know. If they were walking down the street, you'd never know it.
Yeah.
Right. But when you sit down, when you get in a room that's casual, that you're having conversations, a lot like a room like this, like you have these conversations and you're like, wow, like how did I not know you before? And it's just, I don't know. The magic that happens here is something that you don't see anywhere else.
Another guy I walked down the stairs, Shane Ward with Tangent Fence.
There you go.
Been in the fence world, not as an installer, but he has done, but man, just in the vendor and tool side, and is a big name. He knows everyone. He's a great guy. He's representing Tangent Fence now, which is probably your next big thing, the next big push in the fence world.
Yeah.
Wow. Awesome.
Man, it's crazy.
There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. So, and it's Tuesday.
Is that another bus, dude?
The buses keep coming.
And there's 2 buses out
They're
here.
coming 2 by 2 over now. It's unreal.
Wild, man.
Yeah.
Wild. Love it, but wild.
Absolutely.
So you guys hungry?
Yeah, I'm ready to mix it up here. I mean, they keep bringing trays of food out, so I mean, it seems to reason like we're not going to miss out here. But I mean, if there's more questions at home or wherever you guys are at, gals are at, I mean, I don't mean to speak for you guys, but I think we're happy to answer them.
Yeah.
But also, I wouldn't mind mixing and mingling in this room that we've spent so much time talking about. I'd love to get in the middle of it.
Yeah.
What a group of dudes.
Absolutely.
And ladies.
I thought for sure that line was dying down.
I know.
A minute ago.
No change.
Oh, yeah. And then all of a sudden, here comes a whole nother group.
No change. Well, yeah, one of these other buses shows up and brings another 50 people in.
There's 2 buses out there now.
Yeah.
There's
and they
2
just
more.
pull right up. Boop, boop.
So, guys, let's say this. So, Craig and I are sharing the stage this year. So, we'll each be broadcasting live from the show floor at FenceTech. You'll see the trucks, tools, and trailers. You'll see a bunch of stuff behind us, the new area. I'm excited for that. I think you guys will be excited to see it as well. Craig and I are going back and forth on going live, so you'll see lives, starting tomorrow, also Thursday, also Friday. Tune in. If you got any questions, drop them in the chat. Send us a message. I mean, you guys know how to get a hold of us.
Yeah.
I think each one of us would agree that we're here to be a resource for you. I mean, that's really kind of what keeps us going is helping any way we can.
I love it.
Yeah, we're all within a 10-foot space of each other. So and we'll have shirts to give out. We got signs to give out. So stop by, see us.
Come up, say hello.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing is I love meeting people that have only interacted through, whether it's the chat or whether it's emails. I mean, I love meeting people in real life that I've only known digitally so far.
Yeah.
It's another bus.
I'm telling you, 2 by 2, man.
This is crazy.
That's 3 now out there.
This is crazy.
Guys, listen, you got to get here. That's the key takeaway is find a way to get here, to get in these kind of rooms. I think, whether we're talking about FenceTech or whether we're talking about AFAU, I mean, AFU specifically, there's sponsorship opportunities available to where, for whatever reason, if that's an issue, there are people that will help you, I promise.
Yes.
Reach out to your regional chapters.
Right.
If there's not like a sponsorship opportunity or a scholarship opportunity, there's companies that will get you here.
Yep.
Right.
There's a way.
There absolutely is a way to get here, to be in this room, because each one of us, I specifically personally, I've been helped in my business so many times over. I am always excited to help others to try to pay that thing forward.
Yeah.
Right. And if one of us can't help you, I mean, there's somebody at your regional chapter that would love the opportunity to help out the next generation of fencers get plugged in, because we know the value here, and we know the cost doesn't even compare with the value in this room, and especially the opportunity that comes from being in this room and being at FenceTech.
That I was just thinking about that conversation between Nathan Downs and Matt Lowry right there.
Yeah.
Like to be in a fly on the wall, right? That's a I'll pay $1,000 to listen to that.
I'm telling you right now, Lowry's showing them how to use some AI some different way.
We want to give all the secrets away.
Yeah, no.
Absolutely. But that's the thing, is you got to figure out a way to get here. If you can't get here personally, reach out to a chapter, your regional chapter. Everybody's got one. I think that's an important thing to say too. So everyone's got a chapter.
Yeah.
Right. So, which maybe has not always been the case, but there's a chapter that will welcome you with open arms. If you're in the Midwest and you want to be with the winning team, the Midwest chapter of the American Fence Association obviously is like the premier chapter, but there's some others out there as well. You can AmericanFenceAssociation.com to check out and see which region you're in.
Yeah, I do want to say, you Kentucky guys, we need more of you guys involved in the chapter, so reach out to us for the Indiana, Kentucky chapter.
Love it.
Very nice.
I love it, man.
Nice. Guys, if there's not any questions or comments in the chat, maybe we wrap this up.
No questions. Still people watching, but no questions.
Very good. So, all right. Yeah. Well, guys, Joe Everest,
Dan Wheeler,
Craig Eubanks,
coming to you live from where are we? It's Pit Stops.
I know.
Pickets,
they blur
Pickets
together.
and Pit Stops. I almost said Peaks. That's last year. Pickets and Pit Stops live, FenceTech 2026 in Indianapolis. Hope to see you guys here or see you guys next year.
Yeah.
For now, reminding you that good fences make good neighbors, and we'll see you next time.